Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Team Peaches Dog Training and Education. My name is Jean Pam, and in case you didn't already know, I'm the trainer and educator here at Team Peaches. I've been training dogs since 1969, and this is my pack. We are about to have a nice treat of raw hamburger. I often feed my dogs raw foods. Their treats consist usually of canned sardines, salmon, raw meat. And so I want to show you something now. This may not seem like a big deal, but in reality, it's a huge deal because a lot of my dogs here have experienced starvation, extreme starvation, and they didn't know where their next meal was going to come from, and they had to protect their food resources by fighting, by warding up other animals. So I want to show you this a little bit first before I explain how I was able to do this. Okay, so I've moved my camera down so you can actually see the guys. Now, for Prince, his so-called human was purposely starving him to death because the guy was mentally unstable. And when Princey was found, actually by the neighbor, he was not much more than a bag of bones. He weighed a mere 39 pounds, and he now weighs approximately 63. Okay, now I want you to notice all of these dogs, how incredibly polite they are and how they wait for their turn. Okay, my first doggie is, I think, a Prince. Good. Note that I offer it to them and I don't allow them just to take the food. It does sometimes, somebody's got a tummy ache over there. There we go. All right. This is this guy here. He was emaciated, and he had never been around humans in a positive way. He was very fearful of humans, and he was a wild guy. This guy over here, he was found wandering the streets all by himself. This girl right here, my Peachy, she was nearly starved to death. Nikki here, Nikki had a home, but her mom really didn't know how to care for her. Nikki's now 10 years old. That's why she tends to be a little on the more bony side. Okay, and over here I have Odie. Odie's mom and dad just simply didn't know how to properly care for him, and he was always fearful of not getting his food. Now I want you to really notice here. Look at these dogs. This is a lot of dogs here. Let me give you a better shot. See this? There are a lot of dogs here. There are 8 dogs here. And I want you to take note on how polite they are and just how really sweet these dogs are. And let's continue. All right, so Milo, you haven't had yours yet. Come on. That's my boy. Just push way through. Come on. There you go. Nice one. Notice how none of my dogs try to take another dog's food. Is Peaches? Now there's curiosity and sniffing, but nobody tries to take it out of my hand unless I actually offer it. Note that I take it like this, and I actually push it towards their mouths. See that? And I gently push it in their mouths with my finger. It's easier seen here. Ready? Go. Good boy. And this encourages them not to grab at the food. Now, Shay, he's always the exception. Shay dog. Easy. Easy. Good boy. He gets a little excited and lunges forward a little bit, but they need to just be nice and gentle. Ready? Good. Ready? Good. All right. Now I have Odie. Odie. Good boy. Odie's really amazing because Odie was highly resource guardian when it came to food. He would tear you up. He would, hey, easy. Easy. There you go. Notice I closed my fist and then I opened it like this. When they get a little too excited, that is what I do because it's not okay for them to grab the food out of my hand. Peaches. Good. Daisy. Good. All right. Where's my Shay dog? Right there. Okay, and I have to have my Princey dog. think I missed you, Prince. Sorry. Okay. And we have you. Good. And we have some for you. Okay. And then lastly, we have some for you. Go easy. There you go. Nice. Now, ready? There you go. Okay, doggies. And I show each one of them. There is no more. And that's how we do that. I want to show you something else. I want to show you the kind of respect that my dogs have for me, what they have been taught to do. I need to go get my food. And at this point, it's probably a burnt hamburger patty. But so, thanks guys for waiting. I had to clean up a little bit of doggy puke. Somebody had an upset tummy. But anyway, let me get back to this video. So, when I have friends that come by and stuff, and we go out and grab a bite to eat, and I have my dogs with me, and sometimes you have to leave the car. I mean, it just is. You may have to go to several places to do shopping, that sort of thing. But, let me see here. What is it? No. Okay, I'm sorry about that. He is asking me for something that I don't want to deal with right now. Anyway, so as I was saying, sometimes you have to leave your car and go and you do different things. And maybe you've stopped at McDonald's or, Burger King or whatever it might be. Whatever it is, you have food in your car. Now, people often say to me, "Oh my God, I can't do this. What about your dogs?" Da 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 da. And I say, "Don't worry about my dogs." Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these are dogs that have been previously starved. Dogs that were barely hanging on due to starvation and mistreatment, and dogs who have had to survive on their own, and they did a very bad job of it. They were barely surviving. For example, Bobo. And, here's Prince. Prince is so-called human being, if you want to call him that, was purposely starving the dog to death because he was mentally unstable. Now, I want to show you this. This is, while I was feeding them, my hamburger kind of burned. Well, whatever. I'm going to leave this on my desk, and I'm going to leave the room. Okay, these guys are more than interested in having some of my hamburger patty. I might end up getting like 1 or 2 bites out of it if I'm lucky. But I want you to see what my dogs do. I have taught all of them to leave my stuff alone. And right now I'm working with a client teaching his dog that very same thing. My dogs do not get in the garbage. My dogs do not counter surf. They don't get on the table, and they do not eat out of my plates. My dogs do not steal off my desk. And just because there is food nearby does not mean that my dogs are going to take it. I want to show you what my dogs do. So I'm going to get up and walk out the door. I'm going to leave this right here on my desk. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to be gone, but I do need to use the bathroom, and I'll be right back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show them what they may not have. Doggies, mama, eat. Mama, eat. Doggies, eat. Mama, eat. Doggies, Okay, I'm going to lay it right here. I'm in my nightshirt, so forgive me. And I'll be right back. Well, I'm back. And now, because of their good behavior and such, see, I always share whatever I'm eating, unless, of course, it has garlic or onions in it. I always share with whatever I'm eating with my pack. Um, and they have absolutely no reason to steal from me because they know they're going to get some too. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now because these guys were very good. Guys, are you ready? Okay, good work. There's not a whole lot here, but I will give everybody a little bit, okay? So let's start with you. Good. Give you some. Good work. It's amazing I weigh so much considering how much food I share with my dogs. Okay, good. And the message here to my dogs are, you don't have to fight for your food. You don't have to steal food because, and you don't have to bite and attack and guard your food because I will always share with you. There you go. All right, good. Okay, doggies, thank you. Good job. Mama eat, doggies go. Done. Done, go. All right. They're not going to bother me anymore. Now the new dogs bite because they're still kind of learning. So why would I train my dogs to do this? How do you steal your dog? How does a person steal your dog? Most typically, they lure them with treats. How do dogs get sick or end up in the hospital with bones impacted in their bellies and such? Or they choke. Or how do they end up getting poisoned? It's very simple. They get into the garbage. How do they end up getting hurt sometimes, burned? How? Because they counter surf and they knock things off their table. You know, done. Odie, good. See, I'm always correcting my dogs. They correct each other all the time. But let me continue. How do you keep your dog from getting poisoned? You teach them to only eat from your hand and what is in their bowl. None of my dogs are allowed to eat from anyone else's bowl except their own. And everybody has learned that they have to wait and be patient. Food is coming. I will make sure that I'm taking care of you. That is the message I give my dogs all the time. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Go ahead, please comment below. I know I've made 2 other videos very similar to this, but I thought this one here would be much more polished and a little easier to watch. You know, it wouldn't take so long. All right, so if you're a professional dog trainer, I would love to hear from you. And even if you're not, please go ahead, throw a comment down there and let me know what you think. Remember that like button and subscribe. And remember, guys, if you don't train your dogs to do the right thing, I promise you, you will train them to do everything that's wrong. If you don't say no to something, and if you don't enforce that no, it could cost them their life. Guys, take care now, and we'll see you next time here at Team Peaches Dog Training and Education. Oh, and by the way, I'm working with a client right now teaching their dog about taking food out of bowls and such. I have another appointment for tomorrow. I will ask my client if it's okay if I video it. And if so, you could actually see me doing some real work. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching.